Mayhem at Millville. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. Just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing great. So here we go again. Let's get on the Moto merry-go-round as we examine the good, the bad, and maybe even a little bit of the ugly.
Walty, not the ugly, only report on rainbows and sunshine.
No! Somebody's got to blow the lid off this. Now, one thing I'd like to segue into with that statement is there's some riders not exactly happy about what's going on with the industry. A lot of these riders. In fact, that's why some of these channels like this one resonate with the industry, with the riders, not necessarily the industry, but the riders, because we're kind of pulling the covers on a lot of issues, right? We see it's a little bit watered down now when the sport was actually really hardcore and niche and an extreme sport as it grew. But now it's grown and we're trying to take it mainstream, which we're going to do whether we want it to or not. And on one hand, that's a good thing. But on the other hand, some people don't like it. I saw Filthy Phil give a talk, and he was clearly displeased. Filthy Phil probably has watched this show. Ombre definitely has watched this show. And both those guys express some displeasure, and they continue about what they're seeing with this industry, what's going on. During I think it was Race Day Live. It was Race Day Live. It was Race Day Live. I don't think it was during the regular broadcast of the race, possibly, though, during the halftime show. Filthy Phil was asked what he thought about sports psychologists and this and that, and he's like, man, are you kidding me? I'm supposed to take advice from a guy that's never ridden before on how to ride my bike better? And while I'm sure if he was afforded a sports psychologist, he would probably, he's just not that type of guy. I just don't see Filthy Phil. He's just too hard-headed, like a lot of us, to accept help from a sports psychologist that's never thrown a leg over a bike. And that's kind of one of the issues I have with the industry right now. Before the industry, a lot of us in the industry that worked in the industry, we rode. We loved moto, and so we went to work in the industry. Now it's kind of Wall Street, just infiltrated. A lot of the people don't ride bikes that are out there running the show, and they're watering it down, and the riders don't dig it. And speaking of El Ombre, fast qualifier, congratulations. That was awesome. It was nice to see a new fast qualifier. It's nice to see El Ombre doing well because he's one of the dudes giving pushback. And again, he went down. It wasn't necessarily, it wasn't necessarily a flagger's fault. But again, he was clearly displeased. It's like, come on, man. Like they probably could have done a little better job alerting riders that there's downed bikes on a blind jump. And he got taken out. And then to add insult to injury, when he's getting interviewed after from Will Christensen, and she shows him the clip where when he tries to remount the bike, he goes down again. And he's like, really, dude? Can't we just talk about my fast qualifying time? It's just insane to me what we continue to do in terms of that. Now, the racing, let's push into the racing. Let's start with the 250s. 250s was pretty entertaining. It kind of saved the day at one point because Danger Boy continues to be himself and do Danger Boy things. Now, a lot of people are kind of a little bit, upset or kind of, it's just, they're not upset, but they're like, Danger is saying that he's going to go give Chance Hymas payback. He owes him a payback. Now, we don't know if this was an isolated incident. I believe I've heard that this isn't the first time that Hymas has managed to get into danger. So, the reality is this, and even Bubba mentioned it on the broadcast. He goes, I think when Danger watches the replay, he'll probably change his tune in terms of dishing out a payback to Chance. The probability, or there's a good likelihood Danger will rewatch that segment or that footage and say, okay, maybe it wasn't as blatant, but you see, nobody had a better view than Danger. That dude, not to say it wasn't the wrong move. If you're trying to squeeze somebody out for the whole shot and your Chance Hymas now coming up and you got a little momentum, you can't really fault Chance Hymas for riding a little aggressive. Now, he cleaned some fools out, and it caused a chain reaction. It was a yard sale in that first turn. Danger Boy, where he went savage, is when he went back to the bike, kicked the tailpipe back into place, remounted, and got going again. Here's where I'm going with this. In terms of Danger and Hymas, any bad blood. Listen, friends, it's like they're on two different teams. There's already bad blood. When you're on your team, it's like your camp, it's your team. So you're at war with the other teams. Now, a lot of these guys are friendly or even friends, but once you're on the track, we all know your alter ego comes out. And while you might ride your friend a little different than somebody that maybe's done you dirty or at least perceived to have done you dirty, and even if they didn't necessarily blatantly, purposely do you dirty, if they've taken you out even accidentally, that's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth. So I believe here what we can expect out of Danger, whether or not he sees that footage and he decides, okay, it wasn't a blatant takeout, I don't know if we can change Danger's mind. I think once he sees, this thing could get, at some point, it's gonna get dished out. At some point, you're gonna be on the track, you're gonna see Heus, you're not gonna like the way maybe he's holding you up, and you're gonna go in there and you're gonna ride him at minimum hard and potentially maybe even put the dude down. So I just don't know what to make of this thing other than that's the way I'm currently seeing it. But the 250s, a pretty good race. Cochran on the Husky. Breakthrough ride for him. That was pretty awesome. He was clearly really pumped. And it's nice to see somebody get that pumped, right? A lot of these guys with their first, I don't know, moto win or podium or anything, they're stoked, but not that stoked. This kid was clearly super, super stoked. But here's the thing. Everybody, luckily for Danger Boy, I mean, you see, Danger Boy's earning this championship because he got back on that bike and we didn't even know if it was going to let go at some point. Like, that pipe was pretty jacked. He ended up finishing the race. He finished it in third. He finished on the podium. You see, like, even Ricky, as much as we like to give him a hard time, he's had some really good insights in terms of you win your championships on your bad days. That was a bad day for Danger, and he ends up on the podium. Now let's go ahead and unpackage the 450s. With the 450s, what I'm seeing now is basically this is the Chase show. Chase, again, he's going to receive a lot of criticism as he is getting gifted these championships because the clear front runner is taking themselves out. It happened with Eli. In Supercross, he had that thing on lock, and he was clearly the better rider, and then he handed it over to Chase. And same thing now with Jet. Jet's clearly the better rider, and he's handing it over to Chase. But you got to be in it to win it. So I just don't really think you can really discount it. I don't think anybody really is, but there is that little bit of an asterisk that is there. But at the end of the day, when championships are won and money's getting paid out, that asterisk doesn't mean anything. You got to be in it to win it. And Roger DeCoster has to look like a genius at this point. Because, I mean, I'm sure there's other riders possibly that he targeted. This was a rider that he knew he could get. He lost Cooper Webb and he got Chase, and it's actually working out pretty well. Rogers has kind of got that magic touch. Some people just have the magic touch, right? That's what we all want. We all want to have the magic touch. Some people, they just, I don't know, they just continue to have good luck, right? Now, you're going to have dry spells, and again, like with Pro Circuit Kawasaki, they were on a massive, massive dry spell. And a big shout out to the 250s for Kitchen winning that race, winning Millville. That was insane, right? I mean, that was a really awesome. It was great to see. He delivered now the 301st win for Pro Circuit. And it's nice to see Pro Circuit. They've been in the game for a long time. And it's just really nice to see. So that's a really cool thing. But the reality is this, with the 450s, man, it's going to end up the Chase and Hunter show. And we're going to basically Justin Cooper and Aaron Plessinger, they're really the two guys that are, and Ando, that are potentially podium guys. Right now we're seeing basically the Cowboy end up being on the podium a little more, but I believe. But it's pretty much, Justin Cooper got it this weekend. I still like AP. I think he has a really good chance. I think AP and Justin Cooper are really close. I think, I don't know, with El Ombre, just a little bit off the pace. He's got the speed, clearly put in that fast lap time, but for some reason, he just hasn't been able to put it all the way together for the 30 minutes plus 2. But I think he's definitely capable of it. I don't know. I think at this stage of his career, he's really just kind of mailing it in the sense that he still wants to win. He still believes he can win, but he's not taking it as seriously as he did maybe 5 years ago before he was married with children. Now it's kind of like, okay, big picture stuff now. Let's see, how we can go ahead and just stack cash and ride off into the sunset at some point. But what we're looking at now, friends, moving forward is Chase is clearly the fastest guy. And again, I know Bubba said during the broadcast that he believes that Chase is a different guy, a different rider, and that he would have something for Jet. And if Jet was out there, he could still win. And while I believe that's partly true, that Chase could still win, even if Jet's out there, because I believe Chase has made a lot of improvements, I still don't think he's touching the Wonder Boy. I think Wonder Boy on his best day is beating Chase on his best day. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy, wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, shark infested. Millville, welcome to the swimming pool. Pretty fun race. The Whoop Monster was missing. I don't know what happened to the Whoop Monster. I remember back at Triple X, I got a call from that guy once asking for free stickers to hand out to the kids. And I'm like, the Whoop Monster, who is even this Whoop Monster guy? This was probably in the early 2000s. So Jerry Havokin, the Whoop Monster, where are you, dude? Were you out there? If he was out there, if any of you guys were there, no, leave it in the comments below. I'd be interested to see if the Whoop Monster is still out there. Usually they give him a little love in the broadcast, but the broadcast has completely changed. Why, you ask? Because the waters are shark infested. And that's why Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with the links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.